plenty in upstate South Carolina until 3:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Friday.
The area. This is the first time we've been in that red high risk of severe weather all season long. Let me map it out with a brand new computer model.
That was not associated with a tropical system. Now let's go ahead and take a look closer at home.
And staying in Anderson County, where a tree fell into a couple's bedroom.
Earlier we showed you there was this gaping hole right here in the middle of the yard. But like I said, crews are
Doppler radar indicated ongoing rainfall that will cause small stream flooding in the advisory area.
Today we have a cautionary tale to share about what happens when you don't clean your sunroof drains on time.
That's not good.
Just to establish context, this is the first sunroof I've ever had on a car. When I was an immigrant kid from Kazakhstan, a sunroof meant you're rich, so that's cool. Fast forward 26 years and I live in South Carolina. A South Carolina through which a relentless rainstorm ripped through, June 11th into June 12th of 2023. I came outside for the first time the next day and had to get something out of the Cayenne, and boy oh boy am I glad I checked. There was a literal puddle soaking through the top of the carpet in the front, which might seem a little innocuous, but for more context, there's tons of foam padding that provides sound insulation in the Cayenne. If there's water peeking through the carpet, it is a lot of water. I had recently dealt with water dripping on top of the carpet because of another drain that loves to get clogged, the AC drain, which spills water on top of the carpet and soaks the cabin air filter while it's at it. A cleaned and trimmed drain and a fresh cabin air filter later, the puddle still appeared, meaning the issue was elsewhere. As luck would have it, the only other drain in the area is the sunroof drain, although there could be other water ingress points like a failed bulkhead seal. So, why is all this water bad? Wires are routed front to back through the whole Cayenne. If water floods the whole thing, it shorts all the connectors in sight, turning the Cayenne into a very expensive pile of metal, unless I felt like replacing all the electronics. And at that point you're close to rebuilding the car, exceeding the car's value. Here's where the silver lining comes in. I caught it early. The fact that I parked at an angle meant that the water did not spread everywhere. It was contained mainly to the footwell area. The rainwater that was supposed to spread everywhere started pooling inside the passenger footwell instead. If it was parked more horizontal and less at an angle, all that water would have made its way through the whole car, shorting all the connectors in sight. And we wouldn't have all of the YouTube guides that we have on this channel. How do we find the source of ingress when water is streaming into our vehicle? We mentally make a list of the most common failure points and work our way down. The sunroof drain tubes can get clogged over time, especially if you live in an area with lots of debris or pollen. This is the most common issue out of the following issues that are about to be listed. As with any car, the bulkhead seals can fail, the door seals can fail, the seal that holds the windshield in can fail, causing water in the front, or there could be other reasons we have yet to discover. As luck or not luck would have it, all the water in the car was caused by the sunroof drain on the passenger side, which fused itself shut. My particular issue occurred because the drain leaked from under the connector, so now we're going to switch to solving the problem, which will require an extension of the drain to prevent it from draining into the interior. The problematic sunroof drain is located at the top right side behind carpeting and behind insulation. If you press down on the carpeting from under the door sill, you can pick out the carpeting from under the plastic and lift it back. Working the carpet loose is an art because it will imperfectly lift and detach partially from the foam insulation, but once you put it back down, it will all be in one place. Welcome to solution number 1, extending the rubber drain piece, since this one leaked from the bottom and into the cabin. I recommend avoiding cutting the tips of the sunroof drains if you can, like you might see in other videos, and seeing solution number 2 coming up soon, because the cutting tolerance is quite close and it made extending the drain harder than it needed to be. For reinstallation, you can use a bit of lubricant to pop rubber drain pieces back into the firewall. It will make your life much easier. With lubricant, it should pop right in. Then, we fit the carpet back down and reinstall the plastic cover. I used solution number 2 on the driver's side sunroof drain as a prophylactic. Solution number 2 is stenting the rubber drain piece, and this is my favorite method to recommend if you're not having issues with the drain end draining into the cabin rather than out the firewall. To stent the Cayenne rubber drain end pieces, you can use a cut pen cap and zip ties to keep the rubber end forced open, like an artery or a vein. Using lubricant, the drain pops right back in, and you're all set without bothering with cutting or extensions. Since then, we've had a few more rainstorms, and I had more leaks. But once I fixed the driver's side sunroof drain, I had no more leaks, and I'm happy to report that the modifications seem to have done the trick. I think this experience just goes to show that even with a high-end vehicle like the Cayenne, you can encounter unexpected issues. The key is catching them early and taking proactive steps to address them. It's always satisfying to tackle a problem and come out on top. So, that's my little adventure with the Porsche Cayenne and rainstorms. Thanks for watching, and if you've had any similar experiences or tips, feel free to share them in the comments below. I sincerely appreciate you tuning in, and stay tuned for more instructional videos and storytime videos too.